Hello, hello everyone. This is Albi, all the way from Fort Worth, Texas, and tonight I'm going to talk about this special cost, which you might not know, and it's very important for you to understand this cost and plan and take action about it beforehand. So tonight's topic is for everyone who is out there, who has I mean who have been living his life or her life in a way that basically all the people does, and if you have a family, if you belong to anyone who is loved ones and stuff like that, it's very important you need to understand the cost of this particular topic that I am trying to share and take action, because you cannot come up with any excuse that will help you. If any excuse can help you, that's fine, but if something happens and you come up with some excuse, and if that excuse does not help you and your loved ones, then it's not going to be good, right? So tonight's topic is about this particular cost that I'm going to talk about, which you need to know, which you need to understand, and take action about it, plan about it, and take action about it. So that's gonna be tonight's Facebook Live. It's gonna be very quick. Oh, by the way, I'm live in my Facebook page and YouTube page. So really quick, let me check whether I'm live or not, because sometimes it does not go live, right? So by the way, let me do one magic here so that everything will be cool, 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 right? So okay, okay, I'm on. Okay, good, good, good. So let me see if my live is popping up right here. Okay, sometimes I need to make sure, right? I need to make sure it's live. Do looks like I'm live. Voila, great, great, great. Okay, once again, if you don't know me, my name is lbsubba. I'm all the way from Fort Worth, Texas. Hot Texas, right? If you're watching me from anywhere, and if you would like to interact with me, drop me a comment where you are watching me from. That way I know where are you from, right? If not, that's fine. I won't be mad with you if you don't interact with me, but I would love to get your likes, comments in this live. Okay, I want to make this live more interactive. Most of the time in live I don't want to get distracted, because I can easily get distracted and get derailed from the topic, and consume lots of time. Instead of doing that, I want to provide this quick value, but at the same time I want to interact with you. I want to know what do you think about this particular topic that I'm trying to share. So tonight's topic is all about this one particular cost that people are paying big time, and in fact many family gets ruined when they don't know about this cost. And when they don't know, what happens is they don't plan about it. And when they don't plan about it, when things happens, right, their family gets so, their family is pretty much destroyed, right? So this is one cost we need to understand, and we need to plan about it, and not just to keep it in a plan, but change it into action and take action about it. And that one particular cost that I'm going to talk in tonight's Facebook Live is cost of long-term care, right? You need to know it, and you need to do something about it. Knowing something is great, but implementing that, implementing things that is different thing, right? There might be great knowledge in your head, there might be really good information in your head, but if you are not implementing, at the end of the day, the value of that knowledge that you have in your head pretty much does not have any kind of value, right? So let's talk about this long-term care, because I can see many Americans family have been destroyed by this particular cost that they are not aware of. And in some cases they might be aware of, but they never planned about it, and as a result their family got destroyed, they got bankrupt, their family got completely destroyed financially. And you know, when family is not financially strong, it's very hard to keep everything in same place, because you know, money of course does not buy happiness, but it can give you lots of options. And when you have fewer or pretty much no options at all in your life becomes hell in this earth, right? So you don't have to die to go, I mean, experience hell. If you don't have a lot of you know, if you have very limited financial options in your life becomes pretty much hell in this earth. You don't have to die. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So to talk about this topic, let me pull up some of the things. I mean, you can get all this information in internet, but I want to get this particular, you know, article that is in healthaffairs.org, right? So it's healthaffairs.org. Okay, it's not something by me. So first of all, let's understand what is long-term care, right? And who needs it. So first, let's talk about what is long-term care, right? So long-term care is it refers to a broad set of paid and unpaid services for persons who need assistance because of chronic illness, physical or mental disability. There you go, right here, right? There might be some people out there who does not know what is meant by long-term care. So let me blow it up so that you can see. So it says, okay, can you see my screen? I hope you can see my screen, right? Let me know if you're watching and you're not able to see my screen or whatever I'm trying to share here. If you're not able to, you know, see it, let me know, okay? Because it does not make sense if you don't see what I'm showing right here. So long-term care is pretty much, it refers to a broad set of paid and unpaid services for persons who need assistance because of a chronic illness or physical or mental disability. So there you go. It's very easy to understand, right? Let's say you have a, you know, you have a arthritis, a severe arthritis, right? uh, you know, basically joints pain and all those kind of things. So let's say if you have a severe arthritis, and because of that arthritis you have lots of limitation when it comes to bathing, when it comes to walking, when it comes to continence, all those kind of things, you know. Specifically, you know, if you are not able to perform 2 out of 6 activity of daily living, that means you are disabled or you need long-term care, some kind of long-term care. And the need for long-term care might be different from person to person, depending upon what kind of situation you're going through and what are the limitations that you have. But this definition clearly says here, long-term care refers to a broad set of paid and unpaid services for persons who need assistance because of chronic illness or physical or mental disability. So there you go. That's the definition of long-term care, right? So if you look at long-term care, you know, long-term care consists primarily of personal assistance with activity of daily living, which is also known as ADLs, right? Or instrumental activities of daily living. ADLs are routine tasks of life, usually considered to include eating, bathing, dressing, getting into and out of bed, right? Or chair, and using the toilet. So these are the daily activity of living, right? So if any person is not able to do 2 out of this activity of daily living that I told you, you can see right here, eating, bathing, dressing, right? If they're not able to do 2 out of these 6 activity of daily living, that means they are in need of, you know, some kind of long-term care. So it's pretty simple, right? Now, you know, when you talk about long-term care, you might be thinking how much it's gonna cost, right? You see, there are you know, lots of statistics out there. There are lots of data out there that you can easily, you know, find on the internet. For example, let's find it right here, right? Let's Google it, right? Cost of nursing care. So in US, right? Now, if you see, if you become disabled and if you have to stay in nursing care, right? How much is the average cost? Average cost. Okay, let me zoom it so you can see it, right? Below are some national average cost for long-term care in United States. In 2016, average cost for specific states are also available. 225 a day or 6,844 per month. Oh, this is the cost of. Oh no, I'm talking about nursing home cost. Okay, I'm not talking about the cost of long-term care. I'm gonna go there later. So here, right, if you become disabled or if you are chronically ill or stuff like that, you see, you might not know how much it costs for a nursing nursing home care service. Most of the time when anyone is disabled and if they have to go and stay in the nursing care, here in United States of America, it's not cheap. It's really really expensive, and many people, they have lost their entire life's earning because they have to stay in nursing home or nursing care. If you look at it, the average nursing home care service for semi-private room, it's not even a private room, right? Daily $245 daily. Monthly it's $7,441. Can you afford, or can you afford this kind of amount of money every month for someone in your family if they have to stay in nursing home care? That's the question that we need to think about today, right, when we talk about long-term care, long-term care service. If you are someone who can afford it and want to have a private room for nursing home care service, you need to have $8,365 every month. This is the average. And if you look at it for private room, it's over $100,000 every year. That's how the cost of long-term care is, right? And if you look at it, the average rate has risen considerably over the past few years and are projected to continue rising significantly. Here is a look at average and projected average annual cost over time. Over time, in a couple of years, the nursing home care service will cost over $120,000 for semi-private room, and for private room it's $134,896, right? So this is how expensive when it comes to nursing home care. Basically, here in America, what happens is when anyone gets into a critical illness, or let's say chronic illness, or some kind of disabilities, right, and they have to stay in nursing home care, they have to have a nursing home care service, then this is how much it costs. Otherwise, somebody in the family have to sacrifice and take care of that person, right, who is in that kind of situation. Now think about it. When we talk about this kind of disabilities, this kind of chronic illness and stuff like that, that makes people into this kind of situation where you might need long-term care service. Most of the time what happens is we have a huge um, wrong perception about it. Most of the youngster out there, they think that, oh, we're young, we might not get into any kind of chronic illness this early, or we might not get into a situation where we are not able to do 2 out of 6 activity of daily living, right? We might not get disabled or stuff like that, or we might not get sick this early. This is a big wrong perception that we have as a youngster, right? All the youngster out there. Why? Because look at this number right here. Although the likelihood of needing long-term care rises with age, almost as many people who need such care are under age 65. You see how, how powerful is this information? Most of the young people, we think that we are still young, we are not going to get sick, we're not going to need a long-term care service. But if you look the data, right now in United States of America, most of the people, pretty much almost, you know, everyone who are in need of long-term care, they are under the age 65. They are not above age 65. When we think about long-term care, we think, oh, long-term care is something that older people need to have, right? Or they need to think about. But that's not the fact. The fact is, most of the time, if you look at the statistics, you know, most of the people who are in need of long-term care right now in United States of America are below age 65, right? 5.6 million person under age 65, including 0.4 million children and 6.6 million elderly in roughly 1995, right? About 13%, which is 0.1 million non-elderly and 1.5 million elderly in 1996 reside in nursing homes, if you look at the statistics, right? So if you look at the need of long-term care, it does not matter how old or how young you are. If you know, if something would happen to you and you could not able to you know perform 2 out of 6 activity of daily living, let's say you become disabled. It might be because of chronic illness, it might be because of critical illness, it might be because of accident or anything, right? If this happened to you, you need to have a source of income or source of fund coming to your family or to your bank account, so that even if you need any kind of long-term care services, you will be able to afford. Or if you have somebody else to take care of yours, I mean take care of you, that's good. You don't need money, but you need to have money to supplement your family's daily living, right? So that's why it's very important. You need to understand the value of long-term care. Now, how much you need to spend to have a long-term care benefit? How much you need to pay to have long-term care insurance? Let's talk about that. And at the end of this Facebook Live, I'm going to give you a special tip, very special tip that will allow you to have long-term care insurance in place for yourself, which would be the cheapest way to do it, right? That's what I'm going to do it. But let me show you right now how much it costs if you would have to buy long-term care insurance by yourself. Now, according to American Association for Long-Term Care Insurance, right? Uh, Here are the rates. For people who are age 65, age 55, and they are single, they need, I mean, they're paying in average $2,007 every year. In the low end, they're paying $1,764 per year, and in the high end, they're paying $3,446 every year. If someone is 55-year-old and single, they have to pay this much money to get long-term care insurance, so that when there is need, if they are in situation where they need to have long-term care services, they will have some fund uh, coming into play, which will help them to pay those services, right? But let's see how much they're going to get benefit if they pay this kind of amount to get long-term care insurance, right? Age 55 standard health rate. Initial policy benefit for each is 164,000 based on daily benefit of 150, and 3-year benefit period. Look, even if a 55-year-old person wants to buy long-term care insurance, they have to, in the high end, they have to spend up to $3,446 every year. And even if they spend that much money to have long-term care insurance, their coverage will be up to 164,000 only, right? And their benefit would be $150 per day for next 3 years only. If anyone lives next 10 years with the disability condition, what's going to happen after 3 years? Even if they have long-term care insurance, it's not going to work, it's not going to cover them, right? That's why it's very important you understand the value of long-term care insurance in place, and you need to understand how expensive it is to buy long-term care insurance. If you are a young person, right, if you are below 50, I can tell you the best way to protect yourself and your loved ones for this kind of uncertainty is getting long-term care insurance in place. But here is a problem. The problem is it's so expensive. Paying almost 3,000 or more than $3,000 every year for just long-term care insurance is too much, right? That's why, let me tell you one thing. you know if you understand the concept of some of the financial product and services out there, you can have your long-term care insurance inside your life insurance policy, right? There is one specific kind of life insurance. You need to talk to financial professional who handles several kinds of life insurances, and try to find out that life insurance, that particular life insurance that I'm talking about. That life insurance is not just going to be life insurance. It's going to be life insurance. On top of that, it will also provide living benefit, which is a long-term care. It will be kind of like long-term care insurance with your life insurance. And with the same amount of money that you paid for life insurance, you're going to get long-term care. It's kind of like buy one, get one free, right? So, and it's the cheapest way, I can tell you, it's the cheapest way to have a long-term care. Now, again, if you're just catching me and if you don't know what is mean by long-term care and how long-term care helps, basically, if you become disabled because of chronic illness, critical illness, accident, or anything, you need to have income coming in just to take care of yourself and things like that, right? And to have that, you need to have a long-term care insurance. And if you want to buy a traditional long-term care insurance out in the market, it's very expensive. But if you know some of the financial products out there, specifically life insurance, a kind of life insurance which has both living benefit, which has living benefit also, you'll find a life insurance with long-term care benefit in it. That means pretty much you buy a life insurance, but if something would happen to you and you become disabled, you can convert that life insurance into long-term care insurance and have income coming from that particular financial product that you own, right? So that's the cheapest way to get long-term care. You see, again, if you are a young person, don't think that it's not going to happen to you, because statistics shows that most of the people who are in need of long-term care service are below age 65. It's not age 65 people, it's supposed to be it's above age 65, right? Because those are older people and they might have problem and inabilities to do things and stuff like that. But it is not. Most of the people who need long-term care right now in the United States are below age 65. That's why it's very important. You need to understand how costly it is for people out there to buy long-term care insurance, and how you can be a little bit knowledgeable about how insurances and stuff like that works, and get life insurance with long-term care, so that you'll pay minimum cost and you'll have life insurance. Along with that, you'll have a long-term care benefit along with it, right? Not only that, there is a specific kind of life insurance that not only provide life insurance and long-term care, but also many other living benefits. That's why whenever we talk about life insurance, many people think about death. If you are a person who is still think about death, or benefit your family will get after your death, when you hear about life insurance, you are still living your life in 1980s when it comes to updating your knowledge about life insurance. Truly, I'm telling you honestly. That's why whenever people say life insurance, I have life insurance. Whenever they say that, I ask them, do you have old life insurance or new life insurance? Because old life insurance, typical life insurance that people used to hear like 20 years, 30 years ago, were a life insurance which will just provide death benefit to the family members when the particular person dies. But nowadays, if you understand and if you try to see what are the life insurance options that are available to you and how it works and stuff like that, you will find certain life insurance which has more value, more benefit, that you and your loved ones can enjoy when you are alive. Of course, life insurance will provide death benefit, but it has more on it, more benefits than that you and your loved ones can enjoy when you're living, right? So please understand the cost of long-term care, understand the need of long-term care. First, let me put it this way. First, understand the need of long-term care, right? And understand the cost of long-term care, how much you have to spend traditionally if you have to buy long-term care insurance out there. And then understand how you can get long-term care benefits in a cheapest way, right? So whenever I talk about this kind of thing, I'm not going to talk about just concept. I always give you some tips that will help you save money and help you implement the knowledge and strategies that I'm sharing the best way possible. So again, I want to recap this before I kill this live. Okay, long-term care, day by day, the need of long-term care is rising through the roof. You never know when you get into this kind of situation. So to protect your loved ones, to protect yourself financially, you need to have a long-term care benefit in place. But it's so costly. It's very costly if you go in a traditional route and buy long-term care insurance, right? Even though it's costly, I can tell you, but it's worth it. It's worth it. But I'm just concerned about the costs, and I'm talking about a regular people who are doing 9 to 5 job, in entry level job and stuff like that, and who are barely making through all the daily expenses, right? If you have lots of money, go get buy and go get traditional long-term care insurance, right? But if you are tight in budget, or even if you have lots of money and want to save it and do it in most inexpensive way, buy a kind of life insurance that provides long-term care benefit also, period. That's the cheapest, that's the inexpensive way to have long-term care benefits, right? With that, once again, my name is lbsubba from Fort Worth, Texas. Today I shared with you what is long-term care, why you need it, what's the cost if you want to buy it traditionally, and how you can get it in a most inexpensive way, the most best way possible. Hopefully it helped you. If you want to get more information about this kind of financial benefits, products and services, hit me a message, just DM me or leave a comment, and I will try to squeeze my schedule and try to get back to you and see if I can help you with anything. I have been in financial services industry for over 9 years, 8 9 years now, and I would be happy to provide any solutions that I know or any resources that I know to people out there who want to pretty much improve their finance, who want to build their strong financial foundation. With that, once again, always stay open, stay healthy, and stay safe. This is Albi signing off.